The studio to each other. A flash flood warning has been issued for Marion. That's west of Mansfield, but it's a heads up. We do have some rumbly weather out there. He'll be along in just a few minutes to give us the latest.
And with that, we wish everyone a very good Thursday afternoon. Betsy, good afternoon to you. We start this afternoon, with a story out of Hudson that has actually garnered some national attention. A decorated veteran had his mic cut for several minutes during his speech at a Memorial Day remembrance. Will Ewick joins us live now from Hudson with the very latest. Will, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jay. And you're right, this story has really taken on a life of its own, and it all began here on Monday in Hudson, right here at what seemed like a very normal Memorial Day observance ceremony. Then the keynote speaker, retired Lieutenant Colonel Bernard Kempter, tells me that he thought it was an audio glitch at first, and in the video you can see and hear him tap the mic, ask about the mic fading out. Well, it turns out that he was muted for several minutes when he spoke about freed black slaves honoring fallen soldiers after the Civil War and its importance in creating Memorial Day. Kempter tells me that he was disappointed that it happened and that all he wanted to do was educate people on the history of Memorial Day. Mayor Craig Schubert tells me that he and City Council are appalled this happened, and it was in the work of a few event organizers that told him after the fact that they requested part of the speech be omitted several times due to several recent racial concerns in Hudson and wanting to keep the event focused on Hudson veterans, something the mayor says he's in total disagreement with.
It truly disrespected a decorated military officer. It diminished the story of the African-American slaves who had contributed to that first Memorial Day. And thirdly, those who were in attendance did not have an opportunity to hear the full story and the meaning behind it.
The mayor says that they are having discussions right now about ways to make this right. The thought is possibly of having the retired Lieutenant Colonel Kempter come down to council or come over to City Hall or the high school and give his speech in full. But right now we do have the full speech in full text concerns that he sent to me that is on our website over. If you want to read it, it's at WKYC.com, Jay.
Well, that's good. Another possibility is to have him deliver the speech again, put it up on the internet, and let it go viral worldwide. Yeah. That's one way of spreading that message
I'll tell you, Jay,
far and wide.
I asked him about maybe doing that with us today, but he has been getting inundated with phone calls from people, from media outlets across the world, from friends, from concerned people. He said he actually had to turn his phone off yesterday, so he's a little bit bombarded right now. So maybe that's something we could do in the future. I would look forward to that.
I hope it happens. Will Ewick live this afternoon for What's New. Will, thanks. Betsy?
Well, tonight, 8 high school football coaches at Canton McKinley could learn if they still have a job or not. 3 News first reported that the family of a football player was preparing to sue after coaches forced the player to eat pork, which is against his religious beliefs. The coaches were placed on administrative leave, and now the school board is going to be holding a special meeting. 3 News investigator Rachel Polanski joins us now from the high school's downtown campus. Rachel, this is a story that has a lot of people talking.
Hey, Betsy, it sure does, and we broke this story last week. Since then, things have just been developing. The school district came out and gave us a statement. 3 News also talked with the boy's father. Now, we'll have to wait and see what happens during this meeting, but as we've reported, the head coach, that's Marcus Watley, and 7 of his assistants were placed on leave after this incident. Now, the family of the student who was involved, according to the boy's father, says the 17-year-old was forced to eat pepperoni pizza after showing up late for practice on May 24th, despite the fact that the staff knew he could not eat pork due to the dietary rules of his Hebrew Israeli faith. Now, the Canton City Schools superintendent tells me the district's investigation into the incident found that the coaches engaged in, quote, inappropriate, demeaning, and divisive behavior in a misguided attempt to instill discipline in these student athletes, end quote. So what happens now? Well, this school board meeting is set to begin at 5:30. We've been here for the last half hour or so. Not a lot going on here, not that many people coming in or out. Of course, we'll be inside there and we'll keep you posted as we learn more details. You can follow along on the WKYC app on our website, and we'll have an update at 6 o'clock on what matters most. Betsy?
All right, a lot of folks following this one. Thank you so much, Rachel, for reporting live for us. Jay?
Well, Betsy, now on your feed at 5, we have a little bit more information tonight as to how the Cleveland Indians will go about selecting a new team name. However, we still have no real possible new names and no real timeline for when this will actually happen. Here's what we know, and try to follow me because, trust me, it gets complicated. The team today released a very long, detailed roadmap that they are following for the name change process. It includes 6 main steps. They are listen and learn, which they've been doing for quite a long time now. The next one is to announce, and that actually happened in December. That's when the team came out and said that we are indeed going to change our name. Then another step was research, which has been ongoing and has been a big part of this process. It's actually been, there have been conversations going on between the Indians and Cleveland influencers. And the whole idea for this is they're trying to gauge from these influencers what being a Clevelander is all about.
It's real, unpretentious, tell you exactly how it is, self-deprecating for sure. We'll be the first. See, that's the thing about Cleveland. If you're talking to Clevelander, you can talk trash about Cleveland all day long. But if it's somebody else talking trash about Cleveland, we're going to be pissed.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. So Betsy, it is true.
Mm-hmm.
So back to this process, and again, it's so complicated. Step 4 is to ideate, which has been ongoing for a long time. They've decided that the new name should connect the city, good, preserve our tradition, and unite Cleveland. So that's a lot for a name. The plan is to narrow down from the nearly 1,200 names that have been suggested. Can you imagine that process? It's not going to be easy. So to do it, they're going to use 14 rounds of discussion to pare down 1,200 to this list of finalists. Then they finally get to create, revise, finalize, unveil the new name. Now, this is all very, very complicated.
Obviously.
Important decisions should be thorough, and they should be thoughtful.
Right.
There is no major decision that I can think of that has been more thorough than this one.
We're only on step 4 right now, correct?
But we're at about step 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got a long way to go.
And here's the crazy thing, Bets. For those that are asking, and everybody is curious, okay, so when are we going to know? Is there a list of finalists? No and no.
Oh.
There's not a list of finalists right now, and there's no set date that's already been selected for when this will be announced. So in other words, stand by.
Because I know 2022 was being tossed around.
It was.
Maybe.
But there's nothing definitive that in 2022 the Indians will have a new name.
There is so much going on. And I know there's the conspiracy theorists on all around this. They're like kind of throwing their ideas in there too. So we don't know nothing yet. We're just kind of along for the ride.
We're in standby mode.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right. Well, the name change isn't the only thing that Indians fans are talking about. The very future of Progressive Field is also a big topic of discussion because the end of the lease for the ballpark is coming up. Our Mark Namick has new details on that side of the story coming up at 5:30. Well, you've probably been seeing the help wanted signs around town. As the process of reopening continues, COVID has left many industries dealing with labor shortages. Today, Solon wanted to do something about it, and over 70 businesses set up tents in Solon for a job fair.
It's a good idea, and the rainy weather didn't keep folks from coming out and tossing their hats in the ring. Here's January Keaton.
Some people aren't even aware of all the businesses that are right here in Solon.
Want to learn how to make packaging for popular local food items?
So if you have a local business, you need packaging very quickly for your product, that we can get you that product in a couple weeks versus a couple months.
Or maybe you're skilled at HVAC and want to make a great salary.
It's hard to find people that are going into that industry, but it's very lucrative.
Whatever your interest or skill, Solon's Job Fair in the Park had a tent for that. The city of Solon and its Chamber of Commerce hosted a job fair this afternoon to try to fill the over 600 jobs available at over 70 Solon businesses.
But I feel like now with the vaccinations, people are ready to go back to work. And like I said, we have a lot of jobs to fill.
So far this year, 20 new businesses have opened in Solon, and several existing businesses are growing.
Having this collaborative event really showcases that we're committed to helping employers fill their open jobs.
Solon's 2020 job fair got scrapped because of COVID, but 2019 saw about 300 job seekers. And this year,
So far we have a good turnout. The weather is a little bit, a little bit of a problem.
Despite the wet weather, plenty of folks with resumes in hand came out for potential on-the-spot interviews, like young Andrew Starry, just 18, needing career direction.
They help you understand what it is you're looking forward to.
No matter the job you're seeking, Solon is seeking you.
The biggest thing we hear is that we need to hire. We're looking for people. We're looking for really good talent.
January Keaton, 3 News.
Well, we have another new millionaire in the state of Ohio and another student getting a full ride to college. Isn't that exciting?
It is.
I was happy and my name wasn't called. I was just happy for the two winners.
Exciting, it is. Well, during last night's Vax-a-Million drawing, Jonathan Carlisle from Toledo was chosen. His name was drawn out of more than 3.2 million entries.
And Zoe Vincent won the college scholarship prize. She's from Mayfield Village. We spoke with her about the excitement.
I really was just surprised because what happened was Governor DeWine called my dad, and the next thing I knew, he was saying that I won the student scholarship thing, and I was just kind of really baffled by it.
Can you imagine? Isn't
No.
that great? Governor DeWine called my dad.
I know.
That's a pretty slick statement.
She's amazingly calm.
Right?
I bet Dad wasn't.
Yeah.
Because it's a big savings for Dad.
I'm sure reality is setting in today, and they are certainly getting excited. Well, remember, there are still 3 more drawings, June 9th, June 16th, and June 23rd. Make sure to register if you want to be in the drawing to win.
So I can win the next one, and then you can win the one after that. Matt Wentz wins the other one. And we'll just make sure that we take care of Stephanie. And we make sure Stephanie's over there going, wait, what about me? You will be taken care of, I promise.
I just want the college scholarship.
Yeah, I know you do. Betsy is big time angling for that college scholarship. By the way, $1 million is more.
I'm okay with this college scholarship.
Very
I'm
good.
happy with that.
Next on What's New, trillions of cicadas are back. And now there's a new warning from the FDA. What? Don't eat them? Yeah, I need to be told that twice. Sounds crazy. But next, we're going to tell you why the administration feels the need. They've got to put that out there.
What the what? It was my response to that. Well, a new trailer is out for the upcoming film and the life of late chef Anthony Bourdain. He was a Cleveland lover, I'll tell you that. We have a first look for you coming up in Pop Break.
And our first hello of the show to Matt Wentz, who would never eat a cicada.
Never. I wouldn't go near those things. Now, grubs, stuff like that, delicious. Just kidding. Live look at CSU cam right now. Look at down to the south. Much different picture. We've got showers and storms lining up south of the lakeshore. You head off towards the north. We've got peaks of sun out over Lake Erie. And we've got some more storms here this evening. Your outdoor forecast tonight, we're dealing with, downpours across much of northeast Ohio. Some of those have been heavy. So keep it inside. Probably a good idea. We'll be back with a look at those storms, and we'll talk the latest numbers on this weekend's heat coming up.
And we close out this week of Save Our Sauce patios with Southside in Tremont. Now, this is an extensive outdoor spot featuring flavorful dishes along with an unbeatable weekend brunch. You can visit WKYC.com/SaveOurSauce for the best patios from our Doug Tratner. We'll be right back. Welcome back to What's New. And as we welcome you back, we're welcoming the cicadas too. And I'm smiling because Jay just made a very weird noise and sound, and I told him never to do that to me again.
That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh,
the locust noise.
On the bug theme that we're talking about, have you heard this? The Food and Drug Administration is warning people not to eat cicadas. What?
I know.
This should be common sense.
Just look at them. How could anybody eat them after
They're really
looking at them?
disgusting looking. It's the red eyes that do it for me. But listen to this. Somebody actually did it, and the agency came out to say, no, don't do that, especially if you have a seafood allergy. Recently, recipes involving cicadas have popped up across the internet. Yes, they are real. They've been describing the critter as a rare gourmet treat. I'm not so sure I agree with that. But the bugs share a family relation with shrimp and lobster. So if you have a seafood allergy, don't eat them because you very well could have a bad reaction. I would very well have a bad reaction if I eat one and I don't have a seafood allergy. It's just the thought that counts. I've eaten a cricket, a dead one, in a piece of candy.
Did you really? Oh,
it was
really?
It was in.
I thought maybe accidentally.
Nope.
You did it on purpose.
That's midges. Midges you eat all the time.
Well, yeah, I've had 12 already this year.
But yeah, those are big. I don't know if I could do that. Now,
They're disgusting.
This is totally the Benjamin Buford Blue, Bubba in Forrest Gump theory of how to cook the cicadas, right?
Yeah,
you got popped cicadas, stewed cicadas, fried cicadas.
Don't eat them, people. Yeah. I'm concerned that the FDA had to put out a warning. Just look at the bug.
Yeah.
Anybody that looks at that and says, now that looks like some good eating.
That's delicious
I'm concerned
looking.
for them.
Let's crack one open.
Matt, today's weather word is goldfish because as long as we're telling stories, I did once eat a goldfish in college. It's the only time I've ever tried seafood, and I don't know if that qualifies, but I did.
This was on a dare, I hope.
We need to have a segment, things that I've done with Jay.
Well, you ate a cricket.
Yeah.
I ate a goldfish, and I've regretted it ever since.
Betsy, was the cricket when you were cleaning out my desk when I had
No.
to Okay, all right.
No, I didn't even touch your desk, man.
Was the cricket alive?
No, it was in candy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, even better.
Well, my goldfish was alive.
Yeah, great. All right, we'll get that into.
Wow.
Look at that weather word. Not sure how to transition to the heavy rain, you guys. This has taken a very disgusting turn over the last 5 minutes. Good information, though. We've got some heavier rain outside. This is going just as expected. Afternoon heating, you get this bubble up action to these showers and thunderstorms. We've got a copious amount of moisture out above us, so these things are wringing out that atmosphere. So you get underneath some of these showers and storms. We've had some heavier downpours. You can see the general trend is to the northeast with these. Off towards the north, we've got a line. This is the northern line of the low pressure that's coming in. So where you're seeing storms now will likely continue to get downpours over the evening. So we'll have to watch for perhaps some isolated flooding in this zone where you see the rain right now. In terms of how much has fallen already, you're getting some of the darker or the brighter greens here. We're talking half an inch. Some of the real green that you see there is over an inch. So northern Medina County, we'll keep our eye on you. Down to the south, down towards Tuscarawas and Carrollton County, we're watching perhaps some flooding issues there, although you're starting to dry out. So let's take a radar tour. Rain was heavy in Ashtabula County earlier. It's out towards Conneaut Lake now. Areas of southern Medina County and or Geauga County getting some heavier rain now. That's heading off towards the north and east. The bulk of the rain over the last half hour has been heading into Strongsville, just south of you into northern Medina County. Some pretty decent downpours there. We have lost the lightning, though, so perhaps that's raining itself out. And down towards the south, Carrollton, we're seeing rain that's now pushing off towards the east. What we're going to watch over the next half hour or so, bulk of rain. This has produced flooding, 2 feet of water in downtown Marion right now. They've got roads that are impassable right now. This bulk of activity is going to come in. It'll likely bubble to the north and to the south as it moves in. But if you're in Ashland, areas of Erie County or Richland County, keep an eye out. I think we've got heavy downpours over the next half hour. All on the heels of this low pressure system. This is providing the lift. Once that moves through, we'll start to clear things out. Until then, we've got temps that are in the 60s. Dew points, this is goldfish-like humidity outside because we've got dew points that are generally in the mid and upper 60s right now. I got a reminder from Al. Does that count? I was so focused on the radar. You can see as we go through time with your National Design Mart forecast, we clear the rain out tonight. Tomorrow we start with some sunshine. We'll bubble up some more clouds, just an isolated downpour tomorrow. Otherwise, we're dry. That humidity is going to go down tomorrow as well. Just a little bit, but it will be a little bit more comfortable. Union Home Mortgage 7-day, 82 tomorrow. We talk heat after that. Saturday, Sunday, up near 90 degrees, a dry but hot weekend, and that humidity will be here as well. Showers and storms next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday as it looks right now. So a very summer-like pattern. We'll be back with more after this.
Out the teeth in the front. So we would have to go to the pet store and buy a dozen goldfish every week.
Hi Al, I'm still here.
Well, one night we're all sitting around. Welcome back to What's New. A new documentary is coming soon about the late Anthony Bourdain. Longtime Bachelor host isn't hosting another popular season of the franchise. And what's up, Doc? Pat Sajak has some news to share. Kara Cotton has it all in your Thursday Pop Break.
All the TV chefs are so cuddly and adorable, you know, maybe I'm the antidote or something.
The first trailer for Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain, has officially been released, and it's sure to make you shed a tear. The documentary takes you inside the world-renowned chef's life, from his days hosting Kitchen Confidential to traveling the world immersing himself in different cultures. But where there are highs, there are also lows.
So here's a little preemptive truth-telling. There's no happy ending.
The 61-year-old chef struggled, dying by suicide in June of 2018. Roadrunner, a film about Anthony Bourdain, will hit theaters July 16th. Chris Harrison has hosted the Bachelor franchise for nearly 20 years, but that's all changing with the upcoming season of Bachelor in Paradise. Harrison is taking a break from the franchise after his public support of Rachel Kirkconnell's past racist actions. Filling in for Harrison will be a roster of celebrity guest hosts. Up first, comedian David Spade. But Spade has experience. He often discusses the show on his Instagram. Bachelor in Paradise will premiere in August. Pat Sajak is a proud father. The 74-year-old Wheel of Fortune host did a little bit of bragging during Monday's episode, saying that his son Patrick has officially become a doctor.
The only troubling part is he insists that I call him Dr. Sajak.
Sajak, who also has daughter Maggie, joked that he tried to get his son to go into geriatrics, but that was based on his personal needs.
Anyway, congratulations, son, and we will see.
You can literally see the pride beaming from Pat in that clip. Now, I don't have any children of my own, guys, but tell me the moment that you guys are most proud of your children.
I love seeing my girls conquer fear. Violet jumping off a dock into the water, got to get the mojo going. And Josie had a fear of going away to a camp, and she conquered that fear.
Way to go. Look at them.
Cool. Yeah, that was
killing
awesome.
it.
That is monumental.
Yeah.
When they're afraid of something and then they finally get up the nerve to do it and realize that they survived. Wow, I'm so proud of both of my children. I would say the day Kirsten, my oldest, graduated from Columbia, I was beaming with pride. And probably for my son, just Saturday, when he hit an Olympic qualifying jump. A lifelong's work finally coming to fruition.
Proud of yourself, both of you guys as parents?
Yeah, absolutely. And
yes.
Proud of my kids, too.
Killing it, both of you.
And you have to come back and tell us great pride stories once you have little ones.
We'll wait on that.
Okay.
Thanks, Kira.
Now to our Worth the Watch, everybody. And the last day of school is always exciting, but one school in Arizona took saying goodbye to the books for the summer to the next level. Watch. What? Clean out those lockers, kids. That's a good way to pepper the floor.
Gina posted this to her TikTok with the caption, "Goodbye, high school. The papers are still coming down."
Yeah, that's crazy.
I wouldn't want to be the person responsible for cleaning that up.
Yeah, we cleaned our lockers out last day of senior year at Copley. It was very exciting.
That's fun, but wow, look at that. There's still paper's still falling.
It's a lot of paper. Hopefully they're going to recycle.
I hope so.
Future generation.
The best part of it is they don't need any of that anymore.
Right?
Yeah.
So they think.
Never need to. Yeah. Oh, the fun's just starting.
You're just
kids.
getting to high school part 2, known as college.
Yeah, and it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
Okay, next at 5:30, the future of Progressive Field. Mark Namick is going to walk us through some changes the ballpark is working on and what could come to the team as the franchise faces expirations ahead.
Plus, has your dog packed on some pounds over the last year? If so, they're not alone. What a new study found out about pups gaining weight during the pandemic.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Let's get you caught up on 3 things you need to know. Organizers of a Memorial Day ceremony in Hudson turned off a veteran's microphone in the middle of his speech. Retired Army Lieutenant Colonel Bernard Kempter's mic was cut when he started talking about freed black slaves. He told 3 News he included the story in his speech because he wanted to share the history of Memorial Day and its origins. Organizers of the event say they muted the mic because they say that part of the speech wasn't relevant to the program's theme of honoring veterans. The Ohio American Legion is investigating the incident. The mayor of Hudson called the incident a travesty.
Happening now, the Canton City School Board is meeting to discuss what's next for 8 Canton-McKinley High School football coaches. In fact, you're looking at live pictures of the high school's downtown campus. 3 News first reported that the family of one of the players said he was forced to eat pork as a form of punishment for missing practice. Eating pork is against his religious beliefs. Yesterday, the school district said their investigation found that the identified coaches did indeed engage in, quote, inappropriate, demeaning, and divisive behavior, though they did not comment on the specific allegations. Potential action could happen after an executive session tonight. We have a crew on scene and we'll bring you the very latest on these developments both on air and on WKYC.com.
And late this afternoon, high-profile attorney F. Lee Bailey died. Bailey represented Bay Village Dr. Sam Shepard in the highly publicized murder trial of his wife, Marilyn. According to the Boston Globe, Bailey died today at the age of 87. He represented Shepard in his retrial 10 years after his initial conviction. He ultimately won Shepard's release. Bailey also represented O.J. Simpson in his 1995 murder trial.
What a career. I mean, literally 2 trials of the century, and he was right there in the middle. 87 years old. That F. Lee Bailey career was really launched with the Sam Shepard defense.
Which, of course, ended up becoming a worldwide sensation, and a lot of folks followed that.
Yep, they sure did. Well, with that, we welcome you back to What's New. It's 5:30 here on this Thursday, along with Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford.
It's still raining out there as of right now. We have some storms that Matt is keeping a close eye on. Nothing severe in the area, but it feels thick out there.
My youngest Golden is not a fan of lightning.
Oh.
And my wife texted me to say,
Not a
Maddie
happy day.
is freaking out right now. So.
Thunder shirts. Get the puppies the thunder shirts.
Yeah, they don't like it. 17 days to the official start of summer, although with this weather, sure feels like it's there.
Just wait till you see what's coming this weekend.
It's really going to feel like summer, isn't
Matt
it?
is very busy over there. As a matter of fact, I think I see some smoke pouring out of his ears right now as he's turning away. His
always
hair.
busy.
Very funny, Matt.
All right, now to our top talker here at 5:30. It's been a year of change for all of us, and that includes our baseball team. As Ohio reopens, our Mark Namick walks us through the many changes the Cleveland Indians have made and tells us about another one, a big one, on the horizon that could have a long-term impact on this team and our city.
For the Cleveland Indians ball club, the last year has been full of change, including the loss of a franchise player, cost-cutting, and the addition of new faces, games without fans, and a decision following the benching of Chief Wahoo to change the team's name after more than a century. Through it all, the team's playing solid baseball, holding on to second place, and now welcoming back unlimited fans.
But the team is working on another change that will have a far greater impact on baseball here. And that involves where the team will play its home games after the 2023 season.
At the corner of Carnegie and Ontario, the ballpark, then named Jacobs Field, opened in 1994 on a former parking lot and to great fanfare. It started a 20-year lease deal between then-owner Dick Jacobs and Gateway, the nonprofit that owns the stadium and manages it on behalf of taxpayers. The lease later extended by current owners, the Dolan family. But that lease expires in 2 years, at a time when the stadium needs major infrastructure upgrades, in addition to a makeover to keep up with newer ballparks. But the money from Cuyahoga County's taxes on alcohol and cigarettes set aside for the ballpark is hardly enough to cover the costs. 3 News first reported last year Gateway was looking to the state for possible help, though no money was secured. As of today, a few Gateway officials, the ball club, and county executive Armin Budish are working on a lease extension, 3 News has learned, though they all declined to discuss details. But Ken Silliman, chairman of Gateway, said in a statement that negotiations are, quote, well along and that details could come in a matter of weeks. The potential cost of upgrading the ballpark will be in the tens of millions, if not more. Some teams have added development around sports facilities as one way to pay for new stadiums and renovations, something Solon has not previously ruled out.
There's a lot of focus on the team's new name, but for city leaders, all that matters is that it includes Cleveland. And keeping the team here has a lot to do with the new lease. I'm Mark Namick, 3 News.
All right, Mark Namick, thank you. Yeah, this is a big crossroads for this franchise.
Right.
Because I think Mark hit the nail on the head. We know that the Indians part of the name is going to change. Let's just hope that the first part of that name never changes, because the fan base here is loyal, and I know that we've seen attendance figures drop off in recent years despite the team's success. But you start talking about whispers that the team may move, and we'd have to rally around this team and show them that we want them here long term for good.
There's just so much that's in flux, and there's so many businesses that rely on the team around it.
They devastate downtown.
Massive impact. I mean, think about when the Browns left. It was the same thing.
Absolutely.
So it's a really big part of our economy, and we needed to make sure everything's tidied up.
Let's hope that happens soon. Okay, next up, Lindsey Buckingham is back at it with her surprises to viewers. Wait until you see this follow-up with one couple who is eager to travel to all 50 U.S. states. Well, after the pandemic put a halt to that dream, is it about to be achieved? You don't want to miss this one. Trust me, this is good.
And we've heard of the Quarantine 15. Heard of it. We've experienced it. Where people gained weight during the pandemic. Oh, the dresses have changed, believe me. Now, new research finds that dogs have been dealing with it, too. Maybe we call it the Fido 15. We'll
Betsy,
explain.
you haven't gained 15 ounces.
I hide it well, my friend, and you are my friend. Matt Wintz, I know that you have been a running fool this whole time. You've got all kinds of races stacked up. And, this weekend, you're talking more heat. That's not the best for running.
Yeah, the Saturdays where it's chilly, I don't have a race. And then Saturdays where it's hot and humid, I have a race.
Perfect.
A lot of fun. Tell you what, we've still got heavy downpours, and I think we've got a very active evening ahead for a good portion of the area with some more heavy rain. This is the heat we're going to be talking about on Friday off towards our north. This is triple-digit heat. It's all heading east. We're not going to get that warm, but we'll talk heat and where the storms are right now coming up in the forecast.
No. I do.
I've never tasted
We are talking about what we're going to have for dinner and cinnamon butter today, too, but that has nothing to do with what's clicking in Cleveland.
So the voting is in, and we've all decided that honey is an excellent condiment that is highly overlooked by many. Yep. My suggestion would be peanut butter and honey with a little banana on it, kind of a sandwich.
Nice.
So we're starving, Matt, so.
Yeah, I hear the food conversations over there while I'm trying to track these thunderstorms. Appreciate it. My kids love honey. For breakfast, we do peanut butter, honey, and hemp seeds on top. And,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and Emmy's always like, more honey. And I'm like, honey, that's not the best part of get it, honey. This is, never mind.
But it's so yummy.
It is yummy. You get a lot of it in your tummy. You're good. I'll tell you what, we've got a rough evening to get through in terms of heavy rainfall for some. We need the rain, we know that, but this is going to be, I think, a pretty interesting next couple hours as the bulk of the energy from this low comes through. And then we're going to start to clear this out. We're going to wish we had rainfall around here this weekend with some of the heat. So look at the radar. We had some activity earlier, everything kind of fizzling out across the northern periphery, a little bit more movement down to the south. This is what I would keep my eye on over the next couple hours. This is the push energy with that low. Notice the heavy rain, lots of lightning uptick coming into areas of southwestern Richland County now. Belleville, Mansfield, going to get this up towards Shelby, seeing heavy rain. This will likely overspread and kind of light up the radar for you in Akron, Canton, down towards the south once again. We're not done this evening. Lakeshore counties, we may not get much more rain at all out of this. Just kind of looking ahead in terms of how this is going to shake out. But heavy rain, this is going to put down perhaps up over an inch of rain in a hurry as this cluster moves in. And again, it should stay south right along the 71 corridor and pretty much hugging the 76 corridor through about the 7:30 hour. So this is what we'll be tracking. We'll be active on social media. Obviously, Betsy's up at 6. I'll be up at 7 to keep an eye on this forecast. But this is the low right here. You can kind of track along. That's the uplift that's moving through. Beyond that, we'll start to clear things out. So overnight tonight, shower chances early. We start to clear out. Temperatures taking a dip as well. The thick humidity we have is going to start to tail off tomorrow morning. So a little bit humid tomorrow, but not nearly what we have right now. National Design Mart hour by our forecast, rains out of here tomorrow morning. We start dry. We'll likely have some fog around here with all the moisture in place. Temp and dew going to kind of marry up tonight. So we'll have some fog tomorrow morning. Some clouds throughout the afternoon tomorrow mixed with sunshine. Isolated shower or thunderstorm possible. Another little wave of energy coming through. Otherwise, we're in the 80s tomorrow. So we're talking heat. Look at the muggy meter up into the humid, even oppressive category. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's going to feel like summer around here. Right now, that heat's out west. Look at the hundreds, triple digits for areas that just had snow in Montana a couple weeks ago. This heat will expand east as we go over the next couple days. It'll be lodged in the eastern half of the country as we get into the weekend. Temperature trend next couple days, we're up into the 90s as it looks right now, Sunday and Monday. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecasts. We dry things out over the next couple days. It's going to be a hot, dry Saturday and Sunday around here. Good for outdoor activities, though. Then storm chances Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and this will finally break down as it looks next weekend. So if you don't like the heat, 5 or 6 days, we should be done with it.
All right, Matt, very good. We'll see you again at 7 o'clock. Well, this time last year, you may remember we met a local couple with a love for travel. They had a goal, and their goal was to visit all 50 United States. Well, the problem is the pandemic stopped them one state short. That's the most difficult one to check off, a trip to Hawaii on what would have been their honeymoon. Our Lindsay Buckingham wanted to catch up with the couple, or at least that's what she told them when they met up at Edgewater Park just a couple of days ago.
Not long after we had met, we just set the goal.
We first met Mary Wills and Matt Kelly last June, a couple traveling all around the U.S. At the time, engaged and going with the flow as the pandemic not only interrupted their wedding, but also their honeymoon in Hawaii. It would have been their 50th state.
They were completely closed off at first, then it was a quarantine period, and even now it's only certain islands are open.
Did you get married?
We did.
We did get married, yes.
Congratulations!
We canceled our reception. We ended up just getting married at a park in the town I grew up in.
Now, the couple lives in Lakewood, doing, well, lots of things married couples do.
We've just been working on the house, installing a new floor last week, painting, fixing drywall issues, other things like that.
I didn't know Mac knew how to lay tile.
I didn't, to be fair.
But what this young, hardworking couple doesn't know is that someone was paying attention to their story.
I kind of tricked you. We're not really here because we're doing a story on love in the pandemic. We're here because some folks heard about your story and they understood you were trying to hit all 50 states. So I want to show you this video, okay?
Hi, Mary and Mac. I'm Julia Ashworth, General Manager for Southwest Rapid Rewards Credit Cards at Chase. We heard that 2020 not only got in the way of your wedding and honeymoon plans, but also disrupted your goal of visiting all 50 states. So on behalf of Chase and Southwest, we're excited to help you make your trip a reality. We're giving you 100,000 Southwest Rapid Rewards points, A-list status, and Southwest's coveted companion pass through the end of 2022. We hope these benefits help you make wonderful memories whenever and wherever you decide to go.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Thank you.
This is definitely going to enable us to really make the most of this trip. I mean, it's going to be I'm just really surprised. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. We've had to make a lot of compromises with our wedding, and I think everybody had to make a lot of compromises in 2020. So it'll be nice to have something, that we get to look forward to.
Come this fall, Mac and Mary will have traveled to all 50 states in the U.S., a forever couple on the road and right here at home, in love. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Lindsay strikes again. Mac and Mary say that they're going to take their trip to Hawaii this fall. And no surprise here, they say that they want to continue their adventures. So next up, they're going to set their sights on Europe. And that companion pass is good through 2022. Now, I don't think Southwest goes to Europe.
They don't. But they do go to Caribbean destinations.
They do, and they can put Europe off a year. And while they've got that pass through 2022, just go all through the Caribbean. Anywhere Southwest goes, it's exotic. Go.
Oh, man.
That's gold.
I bet now they're going, man, we probably could have waited to do the floors, and we probably could have gotten different tile. We could have done the travel budget a little different.
I love it. I think that's a great story. Lindsay, great job as always.
Definitely. Cool. Well, next up for us here on What's New, what's behind the weight gain in a pretty big percentage of dogs? We'll explain what one new study shows about pup parents being generous during the pandemic.
Then from concerts to movies, it's fun for the whole family ahead during this year's Lock 3 event in Akron. Stephanie Haney has a look at the packed lineup. That's when What's New comes right back. Stay with us. Well, dog owners love our animals, but it's possible we can love them too much. Perhaps dog parents, it's time to start reeling in those extra treats because a new study found that 36% of dogs gained weight during the pandemic.
And I was surprised to hear that because I know the treat thing, but a lot of people were taking their dogs out for walks.
For longer walks. Yeah. But researchers also found that 45% of the pandemic pet owners fed their dogs extra treats during quarantine time. 41% said they gave them extra food from their own plate, which is a real no. Dogs love it, though. And 56% of people say their pups actually gained weight when they did that. Now, this is the telling stat. 66%, 2 out of every 3 dogs become more active when their humans become more active. Of course they do, because we go for walks. We like to take our pets with us, and that's how that works. They need exercise.
Yeah.
They do.
What was hard with the pandemic, winter time was really tough for a lot of people.
It was,
And we sat inside and we ate delicious food. And, the dogs sitting there with their cute little eyes.
You can't say no.
Gotta be a friend.
But, we make health decisions as we eat every day, and we also have to make the decisions for our pets.
Right.
So if you have a pet, the way you show them love is to treat them well with how you feed them healthy food, not table scraps, not too much. Here and there is okay. I admit I'm guilty.
It's hard.
But you gotta, if you want to have them for a long time, you gotta feed them well.
You can do it.
Yes, absolutely.
Guess what time it is? It's time for Clicking in Cleveland.
Oh, that's right.
For that, of course, we turn to our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. Hi, Stephanie. Thursday it is, and what you got clicking today?
It is Thursday, Betsy, and always topping our website are these stories about the tribe's new name, so this is no exception. The tribe revealing its process to pick that name has our viewers talking about their top pick. So when we ask for your number one choice, a lot, and I mean a lot of you say you're just fine with the team name as it is. Now, we know that's not an option forever, though. So here are just a few of your other ideas. Many of you are into names that we've already brought up here on 3, like the Spiders and the Cleveland Baseball Club, both very popular. Also the Blue Sox, but a few threw out newer ideas like the Cleveland Justice and this one, the Wild Things. Now, I'm going to say there can only be one Ricky Vaughn, but you never know. It's a long list, and maybe it's on it. Well, we may not know when the name will change, but voting is open now for Major League Baseball's All-Star squad. And this year, there are 9 tribe players on the American League ballot. Third baseman Jose Ramirez is probably the strongest contender with 13 home runs and 37 runs scored through 54 games. He's got 2 prior All-Star appearances under his belt, too. This phase of All-Star voting ends on June 24th, and the top 3 players at each position then head to a final vote to determine the game's starters. And Akron's Lock 3 just announced its full lineup for June. It's a good one. Every Friday, you can hit up the Rock the Lock concert series with your favorite tribute band. More on that in a minute. Now, on Sundays, it's family movie night. You can bring your own blanket and snacks, or you can buy food and drinks there. And check out different kinds of fitness events throughout the week, like Zumba on Mondays at 5, or bring your dog to a boot camp class later in this week, if they've packed on those pandemic pounds. Something I gotta tell you about Zumba. So fun. If you haven't done it, that was my go-to stress reliever in law school. Instant smile maker, Jay and Betsy. But back to those bands. Our own Monica Robbins is playing Lock 3 on Friday, June 11th with her band, The Whiskey King.
What?
So if you needed a reason to get out there, I have it on good authority.
Wow.
That's a good night to
We
go.
need to road trip.
This is probably their first performance since the pandemic,
Oh,
I'm
no,
guessing.
Monica's been out, believe me.
Playing?
They've been out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Outdoor venues, but yeah, they have definitely been rocking.
June 11th.
June 11th.
Yeah.
So that's next
7
Friday.
p.m.
We'll put our little Zumba belts on and shake our thing down
We
there.
can practice our moves for Monday.
There we
That's
go.
great. Stephanie, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. Coming up next on What's New, this poor fawn got itself stuck on a sewer grate. Look at that. But its mama didn't leave her stranded. We have the rescue story. It's our Show Us Something Good, and it's next.
Then on What Matters Most at 6, our Monica Robbins explains a new clinical trial about an Alzheimer's medicine that could be approved by the FDA next week. What that may mean for those at risk of getting this heartbreaking disease.
Hi. Yes, COVID has left many industries dealing with job shortages. And today, Solon said, you know what?
Okay, I gotta go. Okay, bye. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You're good. Rachel, mic check.
Hey Al, how are you? Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Russ Mitchell and I'm Laura Queso right now.
Hey Al, I'm Laura Queso. Right now, the Canton City School District Board of Education. Thank you.
Mic check, check microphone. Jay Crawford, was that a slice golf swing there or was that?
All right, today's show, Something Good, comes from North Olmsted. According to the police department's Facebook page, the owner of Situ's restaurant called police when he found a fawn that was stuck in a sewer grate. Now, the police department, along with the service department, freed the little fella while its mom stood just a few feet away. The department wrote that the mother was extremely thankful to be reunited with her baby. I can only imagine. And typically, the mamas can be very, very protective. Right? But I think I've seen before in rescue instances, the mothers know inherently that this person is not trying to harm, trying to help, and they let them do their thing.
Oh my goodness, a poor little baby.
Great. All right, we're out of time, but you know the drill. We're back tomorrow at 5, and we invite you to join us then.
What Matters Most with Russ and Laura starts right now.
Veteran censored.
To discover later that this was an intentional cut of audio was a travesty on so many levels.
His mic cut in the middle of his speech when he mentioned the role former slaves played in Memorial Day. Hudson's mayor weighs in. Wild police pursuit. The must-see new video showing a man taking police on a chase through Summit County in an RV. Future of treatment. The first new medicine for Alzheimer's in 2 decades could get approved next week. A patient in the clinical trial explains what this means for those at risk. And name change options. Today,